Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to actually be working on our car. Winter setting in. We got to put some snow tires on it. We've got to change some bulbs in it, just get it ready for winter. But one of the things we have is the headlights are just horrible. They're yellowed over really bad. And when I was in getting parts at the auto parts store, I asked, the AutoZone guy about that, and he wasn't sure how well this kit works. He hasn't tried it personally, but he said a lot of people buy it. They had this kit for $20 with a hand buffer for the light and $30 with the drill attachment. So I went for the drill attachment because why not use the drill? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to unbox this and show you what we got. We're going to get the car. We're actually going to put it on the lift because, well, we have it and we're lazy. So we're going to get it up where it's more convenient to work on the headlight. And we're going to get going on that. So let's open this up and see what we got. See what the instructions tell us to do. We're going to get you actually set up so you can see on the bench and see what we're doing here. Hold on one second. All right, so we're going to take this out of the box. Let's see what we got going on in here. Okay, so there's no instructions in the box. They actually are right on the back of the box right there. And this is a kit by Meguiars Headlight Restoration Kit. This is the drill-powered polishing version. And they have 3 different levels. My actual AutoZone only had the heavy-duty version. They didn't have the 2-step or basic. Alright, so we've unboxed this. Let's see how well you can see that. So what we have here is the instructions on the back of the box. We have the abrasive polish. We have a sealer. We have a hand sander with Velcro on it. And then we have 2 different sandpapers that we're going to be using. And then we have a polishing wheel that goes in the drill. The instructions tell us they want the drill to run between 12 and 2500 RPMs. They want us to sand it with water and sandpaper until the headlight is evenly frosted. And then they want us to use the plastics and the buffer with the drill until it's really shiny. And they want us to wash it really well with glass cleaner. And once it's dry, they want us to seal it. So we're going to get you spun around. And we're going to get the car up at a convenient height, get the hood open. So we're going to open the hood. We think it's going to make it just one less obstacle to work around on the headlight. We're going to get you backed up just a little bit so you can watch. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera, but that is really yellowed out. Now, the instructions, I didn't see anything on there about it, but if we really cared about the paint of the car, if this is a really nice car, I would probably suggest getting some painter's tape and putting on the paint here around the headlight, just so you don't run into it with stuff. This is basically our winter car. We're not really worried about it. So we didn't have a spray bottle, but we have this here. So we're going to put a little water on the headlight and just keep sanding. I feel like it's pretty easy to know when you've sanded enough because it gets really smooth. You could hear how it was gritty before, how smooth it is now. So we're going to get over here in the edge. And I know this is probably hard to see on the camera, but boy, even if we left it like this, I feel like it would be 1000% improvement. We're going to go ahead and make another pass over that. So we're going to look at it from a different angle. Still pretty happy with it. I think I'll wet it down and try one more. And I don't know, it didn't say to go in circles, it said to kind of go in a straight line. I'm not sure if going a couple different directions, because you can kind of hear the sandpaper being a little gritty that way. Yeah, I think we're going to call that sanded. We're going to let that dry, and we're going to do the other side. Actually, what we're going to do before we do the other side, we're going to get you a view square on from the nose of the car. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on the camera. But that's amazing, actually. If you look really close on this one, you can see the little VW emblem inside the light. And if we go over to this one, you're probably not going to see that emblem. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stop, let this light dry. We're going to buff this light out now, so we have a before and after, and then we'll do the last one and come back and show you the results. So we're going to get this dried off, we're going to buff it out and see what it looks like. Okay, so we've got it chucked up in our drill. I don't know how many RPMs this drill is. It probably says if I look at it. It does if you can read it. 2000, looks like 2000 RPMs and high. So we're probably going to go with that. It says to put a dime size spot. There must be a paper under there. There is. And then just kind of work it in. Pretty sure one of the key things you don't want to do is let this get really dry or hot. So we're going to get a little around the outside, because I'm finding it's easier to use it on the outside like this than it is flat. Okay, now it wants us to wash the light. So we're going to grab some window wash. And repeat if necessary, it says. I'm actually thinking it looks pretty darn good. I think we're going to go with that for now, and we're going to get the other side done. But just for fun, we're going to get Sue to come out and see if she can tell which side we've cleaned and which side we haven't. Can you tell which side we did?
Yes, I can. That's quite impressive.
It is. It seems like it works pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to fast forward through doing the other side. All right, so as you can see, we've got both headlights done. We're going to go ahead and put the sealer on now that those are dry, and then we're going to. So with this, it wants us to get this thing thoroughly wet, it says. So I'm going to put a good bit on there. Try not to dump it everywhere. And it says to start at the top and make overlapping passes back and forth. It's almost like it's a very liquidy texture. Almost alcohol based, it feels like. So we're going to do the other one. And there we go. So in using this, it seems to me like there's enough product here to do probably 4 sets of headlights. I think we use probably about 20%, 15 or 20% of the buffing compound. So it's a pretty decent kit. And I think, I don't know how these sponges are going to last, but you can always use another sponge. Everything else is pretty much just going to dry up. We'll put it back in the box and we'll put it on the shelf. So long term, no idea how it's going to last, but boy, I'm impressed with how it did clean up the headlights. You saw the before and you've seen the after. So it's going to be real exciting to take this out tonight and see if we can actually see where we're going. So thanks for watching. Any questions, leave them down below and we'll do our best to answer them. Don't forget to like and subscribe.